knew I was gonna get a whooping. Some shit was just worth it, right? Because you was having so much fun outside. You ain't want to go in the house. Some shit was just worth it. Some shit ain't. Some shit just ain't worth it, right? And even with the fuck that nigga comment, right? What would it take for you to move on past that?
I mean, I think it's what's the you forgive but you never forget. It's that.
Like, and both y'all gotta want it too, though. That's the thing about it. He can't be the only one wanting to bridge the gap.
I think Monique spoke out of hurt just like Shalon did.
You want to know why I disagree? You want to know why I disagree? Because there's a total of 3 videos. There's 3 videos. 3 of them. After the first video was made, you shouldn't have even made a video responding to me. You should have figured out how to get on the phone. How come the average person has that answer, but Monique gets the pass? She's a millionaire.
Well, I don't get that pass either.
I don't. But I'm not trying to reach out to you. I don't want to reach out to you.
In fairness to Monique, in that interview on Club Shay Shay, your mom she really tried to avoid that question. She didn't bring that up. Shannon Sharp brought that up. And she tried to avoid that.
That sounds real cool. That sounds really cool. Saying, I don't want to speak about that. See how easy it was for me to just say them words? I don't want to speak about that. It was so easy for me to just say those words just now. Somebody that worked for her said to me, well, she was asked a question and she answered it. What the fuck is she, 7?
Mimi, shut up.
Like, she's 7 years old. She was asked a question, so she answered. She's a professional actress. This is what she does. So you mean to tell me she somehow didn't have the tact or the ability to tell Shannon Sharp in a non-live recorded interview, I don't want to do this. I've watched her ask Nas a question on the Monique show that he didn't want to answer about his album. Nas say, I don't want to talk about that. They go, oh, okay, cool. We'll just redo it. But she, Monique. See, when you treat a person like a victim all the damn time, then they're a victim all the damn time. They're a victim all the time.
They're them facts.
They're a victim all the time. Who hasn't wronged my mother at this point?
Right now, though.
She's so much a victim, and I love my mother. I love my mother. My mother has presented her image to some capacity as so much of a victim. Her son makes 3 videos. He don't cuss at her, yell at her, bash her, nothing. And they saw it as an attack.
Thanks, right?
But bashing is subjective, right?
Bashing is not subjective. It's power.
Bashing is because what you might not consider it to be.
Person provides context to what is said. I am providing context. Did I have moments where I was maybe being a little sassy? Yeah. Why? Because they was also
okay. I give you that. Hey, Vanessa, I'm gonna need you to stay down there in general admission, Vanessa. We not even gonna do that. This is bye, Jessica. Yeah, no, I can appreciate the sassy comment. I can appreciate that. Yeah, so because I said earlier, you can slide. I'm sure you know exactly how to get under your mama's skin.
When I said what I said, I had addressed what I addressed the way I addressed it on purpose. So there was nothing that I said, the way that I said it wasn't a mistake. When I realized,
I told y'all it was methodical. Yeah. I told y'all.
When I had finally sat down and realized what was taking place, I was like, well, I need to actually put this out, like type out what I'm going to say. So I know I'm just kind of like reading through the comment section. And I see that sentiment a lot where people say, it sounds like he resents his mother for being famous. No.
Not to me, it don't. It don't sound like to me.
I'm very happy for the success that she has. I come from a person who was a part of, I don't like saying Black history all the time. She's a part of American history. She's one of a very few black women who's had a residency on Las Vegas Strip. She has an Academy Award. She's had her own talk show. She's hosted Showtime at the Apollo. So like, if my mother went on home to glory today, she deserves to be.
Accolades and shit.
Yeah, like she deserves her flowers.
She rich. I don't think that's the problem. I think it's a bigger fish than that. It's a bigger fish than that. It's a bigger picture than the
I think a lot of people would say that it's, to me, like I said, I could only speak on what I went through in that situation. A lot of it was ego. None of what took place happened because of a place of love or a place of trying to get an understanding. That is corny. And that is why I feel bad for her fan base, because the fact that it was even presented to them that way is a literal tattletale that this person thinks you're dumb. The fact that they're even presenting the information to you like this. What mother have you ever met in your life thought it was a good idea to post private messages about her mentally ill son to the damn world? What mother do you know that does that? There isn't one. There is not one. Mothers are not supposed to do that. And most people that are saying, hey man, just forgive. Well, let's say I do forgive. Then what? What I'm supposed to do next? We supposed to hold hands and sit by the fire and burn marshmallows? Hell no, bruh. I'm happy for you. You're happy for me. You got your husband. Hey man, by the grace of God, you got 3 other sons. One of them boys will make you into the grandmother.
That's the shade I didn't like either. I didn't like that either. I didn't like the whole. I hope one of them other boys give your grandsons a grandchild, but so because you might as well forget about this one kind of thing. I thought that was unnecessary. I thought that was a bit below the belt. And that came out before the whole "fuck that nigga" comment. That was said before the whole "fuck the nigga" comment. Because I picked up on that, and I actually said something when I broke down the video. That I picked up on that shade. Well, you got 3 other boys, and hopefully one of them will have your grandchild and make you the grandparent that you want to be. In other words, you might as well forget about this one because we ain't gonna have nothing.
No,
I thought that was very.
Perception is reality. So if being genuine.
But, okay, you could have been being genuine, but is that what you meant? Is that what you meant in your genuality, in your genuineness?
In me being genuine, yes. You have
so what my interpretation is actually what you meant.
But you're saying it as if I was saying it to be malicious. That was not the case. When I had brought it up, it was literally brought up. I'm gonna put it to you like this, player.
Damn, I done went from up to player.
Player.
My mom,
I don't went from up to player.
When she posted the Instagram picture referring to her niece and her nephew as her grandchildren, but they're her niece and her nephew. This person has already set the tone for that. This person has already created an atmosphere for this very moment to already exist. This person is, as I said, victim number 1. And I'm not even trying to be an asshole here. I'm genuinely asking. I'm actually asking because I know the internet is sensitive. But I would love to ask every Monique fan, can you tell me the last funny Monique joke? Tell me 2 of your favorite funny Monique jokes. Just 2 of them.
Don't do that to your mama like that.
No. I'm not making.
Don't do that to your mama.
You're laughing. I'm being serious. I'm making a point. I'm making a point though. I'm making a point. The point that I'm making is sometimes with famous people, they become famous. For example, you're famous.
But you like compared to the Tiffany Haddish.
Hold on. You became famous for being a stand-up comedian, and we love you for that, and we respect you for that. But now you have notoriety for being a victim. You got famous for being a stand-up comedian and an actress, but now you have notoriety because you're a victim. And no one can can tell their favorite funny Monique joke. No one can tell you their favorite funny Monique movie that's come out recently. Nobody can. And that's not me being an asshole.
You sound like Cat Williams talking about Tiffany Haddish, though.
I'm not talking about her like Tiffany Haddish. I'm not trying to downplay Tiffany Haddish. I don't have a beef with Tiffany Haddish. They're all entertainers. I just want to see everybody win. But when you start talking about being an advocate for the black community, that's where I'm black. Well, I'm black. So you're also speaking for me. And you and your husband should not be speaking on behalf of black people. Because you are the type of person that tells your son he's a nigga and fuck him. You're the type of person that tells other successful black people to suck your dick. I promise you, every person that supported her in all the Oprah Winfrey shit, none of y'all really know shit about shit. All you heard was a black person say Oprah, and everybody jumped on the bandwagon because it's something cool.
Well, hang tight. Because in that, did you hear the new Tyler Perry tapes that were released about 8 days ago?
No, and out of respect for Tyler Perry, I don't think anybody should listen to those tapes. Look at what this person is telling you, she's telling you what type of person she is. And you asking me what I want to reconcile with a person who would record my phone calls and then release them to the world?
I said that.
Do I want to reconcile with a person who will call me a nigga in front of millions and say, fuck me? Why would I want to reconcile with that person? Why would I reconcile with a person who has only one time referred to my child as her granddaughter? I don't hate my mother, but y'all are almost answering your own questions. I love this woman. I love her. But then y'all are literally answering your own question. And I understand it.
And real quick, y'all in the comments, you can still be muted in the comments, even though you subscriber.
Buddy talking about Buddy in the blue hat, keep on agreeing with him, have your own opinion. I agree with the fuck I want to agree with. What the fuck you supposed to be? If I think he right, I'm gonna keep on motherfucking agreeing. Fuck wrong with you, nigga. Talking about have your own opinion. That is my motherfucking opinion. I'm agreeing with him. Fuck wrong with you, nigga.
Somebody said she doesn't trust you anymore. Well, I think that sometimes people forget you start building trust with your child when they're a child. You're supposed to show me all of this. I think some of y'all are forgetting. She said, not my opinion, I had the brain of a 15-year-old girl. Well, my mother at this point in her career is 30. With the brain of a 15-year-old? Y'all got high expectations for 15-year-old mothers. I swear to God. Y'all got the highest expectations for 15-year-old mothers. If she is recording, she's recording everyone. There's proof of that. What do you mean if she's recording me? She's recording everyone. And then you're asking me, well, would you talk to her on the phone? Why would I? She just posted my text messages on her Instagram. And you're asking me if I would talk to her on the phone? Why? I'm nervous because she records conversations.
Damn it, man. Monique, I'm trying, baby. I'm trying, baby.
Y'all don't think you don't see y'all letting this shit go, man, and putting y'all differences aside.
But even then, I enjoy the narratives because they're corny. So I like addressing the corniness. Somebody said she definitely had reasons. What reason did your mother ever have to record you? Let's start there. What reason would a mother have to record their child on a phone? Let's start there. What reason would they have? Because y'all say it like it's common practice. Like it's mothers out here just recording conversations with their children. That shit ain't common practice. So I think that's what makes me sad about all of this, is the fact that this person is inspiring these ignorant ass ideologies. I record your conversations and then I slide them out to the public. That's foul.
I think Monique, myself personally, I think she should be the first person to approach this shit and just reach out to you and just have a conversation about this shit, man. For real.
But he don't sound like he's open to that though.
You ain't open to that. If she called you right now and said, let's meet for dinner or lunch or something, let's talk about this shit and bring this shit to a head. Would you have that conversation with your mama one-on-one? Just you
no,
and her?
Absolutely not.
Not the dude.
Absolutely not. And the reason why it's an absolutely not is because what you just said will never happen. I'll never get my mother one-on-one. The last time I had my mother one-on-one, when I got home, I brought my family back to my apartment. I called my mother, lit. I was excited. My mother asked me to step outside so we could talk. I don't know what the hell I could have done in 2 days, but okay. I was told how selfish and considerate, how much of a taker I am. When I get what I want, I get different. This is only 2 days after I've been out of a hospital with my woman who just birthed a child. So no, like when you say, do I want to, would I be open to it? What I don't understand, I think some people are glued to the ideology of a mom. Unfortunately, some mothers,
having a mom is not an ideology.
hold on. Some mothers, unfortunately, fuck over that energy. Just because you're a mother, you don't just get to tag yourself to the.
But it's not an ideology, though, is it?
Some mothers put the work in to call their sons niggas and tell them fuck you. Some mothers actually put effort into that. You put effort. You made money off of calling me a nigga and telling me fuck you. You got paid for that. That's what makes it even more disgusting and more disturbing. I got a check for calling my black son who handling his business a nigga and telling him fuck you. And convincing all these other women out here, yeah, you can take this stance too. And if your children don't want to agree with this or do that, you can tell them fuck them.
And the thing about
that's what I stand for.
And I see what my point is. I see what you said because that's your mom. You know her on another level than we know her. We'll never know Monique like you know her. So it's easy for us to have our opinions and put our little 2 cents in this shit. You did and you did, and it's easy to say what you wouldn't do when you ain't never went through what the fuck you went through. You see what I'm saying? So it's easy for motherfuckers to say I just gonna let my mom. I forgive my mom and go on ahead and move on and help. You know what I'm saying? But that ain't. We don't know what the fuck you done went through with that situation, bro. We just seeing what little pieces of this shit on the internet here and there. But I respect your position, man. I mean, like you said, I ain't got we ain't gotta have a kumbaya relationship in order for me to love my mom. I can love her from over there. While she winning in life, and I want the best for her and everything else. But I'm gonna keep my ass over here. She stay over there. Sometimes it like that though. It's just that's life, bro. It's life.
See now And I guess like when people say she's trying, and that's what makes me sad for the world. She's trying? You mean to tell me a black mother can call her son a nigga and fuck you, and you will say she's trying? This is why people like Monique are poisonous for the black community, and that's my own goddamn mother, and I love her to death. But the fact that you just said she's trying, Shalon, I know she called you a nigga in front of millions of people, and she said fuck you, and she posted private text messages to the world, but she's trying. Do y'all hear yourself sometimes? And then we question
because I don't think her position in regards to quote unquote the black community, I think it stands alone from her relationship with you. I don't think that you can equate them both to be the same and say that one's a derelict of the other.
Okay, that's fair. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't think that that's fair. My relationship with somebody that I love is not an equivalent of what I considered the black community type of thing.
Mm-hmm. That's what you're saying.
And people get into disagreements all the time. Even mother and son. Look here, between me and my sons, me and my daughter have even, but under no circumstances, the whole "fuck you nigga" comment. I need you to keep in perspective that it came after those other videos. And so in those other videos, even the one, and we're talking about the ones that you dropped, there were innuendos in those videos that would hurt my feelings. There were there was shade thrown in them videos that would hurt my feelings. So again, I'm just trying to, because Monique ain't here to speak for herself, so I can only speak from a perspective of a parent and a grandparent. I would take issue with some of those
Somebody
things.
just said it best.
Even with that though, she's still the parent. I don't think it warrant her going on
Yeah.
stage and saying
Somebody
something
just said
like that.
that. Nothing.
My feeling would be hurt, but I ain't gonna get on in front of all these people and be like, "Fuck you, Ty Keys" type shit. Like, nah, you still the parent though. He's the child. If we want to keep that shit in cut, he's the child and you the parent. So that means
wasn't a single thing.
Hold a greater responsibility of doing the right thing because you my dad. You my mom.
When my kids are grown, I no longer have the greater obligation. When my kids are grown, I no longer have the greater obligation of trying to cultivate a healthy relationship. We now both have dual culpability in making sure that relationship is cultivated and remains healthy, safe, and productive and peaceful. I'm not finna be running behind none of my kids. I'm not finna be kissing none of my kids' ass. I'm not finna be doing none of that. So if that relationship is going to remain healthy and productive, that's going to be something that we both cultivate. That ain't going to be something that just lies on me.
Yeah, and we got to understand one thing though. Just because you're a mom and a dad, don't mean you're a good parent to that child though. That's the key. That's the main part though. Just because you my mama don't mean you was a good mother to me. Just because you birthed me and had me, I'm grateful that. I thank you for that. But that don't mean you done right by me as your child. You still can fail me and give birth to me at the same goddamn time. Those two I don't need to give you grace for having me. That's what comes when you lay down and open your legs.
No, and I respect where you're coming from because I understand the sentiment. Believe me when I tell you I understand the sentiment of feeling, not necessarily even neglected, but just by yourself. Like if I can't turn to nobody else, well, goddamn it, I at least should be able to turn to my mama. So I believe me, I get that. If y'all knew how I grew up, it would blow your mind. But even with that being said, Shalon, listen to what I'm telling you now. When death is final, and if life succeeds itself correctly, hopefully your mama go before you do. And the last thing that you want is for an apology or a reconciliation to be buried with her. Even if it's not even necessarily a reconciliation, it's just a finding of common ground. And you don't want that to be buried with her. Even and God forbid life succeeds itself in the opposite direction. And I'm quite sure that's not something that a burden that she would want to bear either. So, again, my whole thing in wanting to talk to you, because I've been wanting to talk to you for a minute, is to just give you a different way of just kind of looking at it. You have a right to how you feel, and your experience. Nobody knows your experience with your mama more than you do. So I ain't got no conversation for all of that. That ain't my thing. I just want to kind of open your mind just a little bit more, just a little bit differently into the way that you actually just look at it, right? And take it for granted that how she had the show business and what she's had to go through. There's no telling what Monique had to do to get to where she's at and what she had to go through, bear to go through to get where she's at. And so I think a lot of that should be taken into account.
But that's not the point. It is taken into account. When you tell a child, I wasn't interested in being a mother. My mother was not Nikki Parker on June 24th.
I wasn't interested in being no daddy.
So my mother's lack of interest, hold on. My mother's lack of interest predated Nikki Parker. My mother's lack of interest.
Every parent makes every parent makes the most mistakes with their firstborn child.
That shit sounds really corny. Oh man, so y'all don't got a book to read. Sanaya's my first.
I guarantee you.
Know what I did though?
And I bet you $1 to. I'll bet you $1 to a dime. If you have another child after your daughter, I guarantee you some of the mistakes that you make with your daughter, you're not gonna make with the next one because you know why? You learn from them lessons.
Absolutely. But you wanna know what the difference is? You know what the difference is? I'm interested in my daughter. And I'm doing the best I can. See, your generation wants to pat yourself on the back because you fed us and we had clothes. You want a gold star?
Yep.
Nobody gives a damn.
Yep.
Y'all were C-average parents. Let's call it spade a spade. You were C-average. Your generation was C-average parents. The majority of you were C-average parents at best. And you had the audacity to demand A+ children. Y'all were, I fed you, you got clothes on your back, oh, the rent and all this stuff is paid. You want to fucking starve? So I'm a dog. Because dogs got all the same shit that you just told me I should be grateful for.
Damn.
But your Shih Tzu also got it too. So I'm no different than a dog. Where's your interest? I'm a child. What she say? I fucked for that one. So be interested in what you got bent over to help create. Because you fucked for me, right? You fucked for me.
Oh, bro, that's some real shit, bro. You really just take
fucked for me.
He's saying some
and
real
then you
shit.
had the audacity to make it. If I knew he was gonna make it a TikTok, I was gonna, I'm gonna let y'all finish that. So you making abortion jokes.
I'm glad I got these comments on.
I know that shit, right? As we go, hey, that nigga E, man. He telling the truth though, bro. He telling the truth, bro.
He said, y'all, I know he wasn't talking to me, goddamn, because I ain't no goddamn C parent. I know I'm an A plus, maybe a B minus. I'm a B minus.
It's not a matter of me saying
I'm a B minus. I ain't no damn C.
Good parents. Here's my thing. Something I hear a lot of parents from my parents' generation say. Y'all talk about us like we bad parents. Well, was you a good parent, my G? Because that's all the shit y'all say. Y'all just say, you talk about us like we was bad parents. I'm not saying you a bad parent. I'm just talking about what I experienced. But were you a good parent? I didn't say that you were not a bad. I didn't say you were bad. But were you good? Were you a good parent, though? See average parents at best. Your generation ran rampant with that shit. My happiness by any means necessary. And if you got a problem with it,
you know what kills me? I'm gonna tell you what I don't like. I'm so sick of y'all generation that had your first goddamn kid, and now you think you know every motherfucking thing. You done heated up a couple of bottles. Wait, hold up. No, I let you cook. Shut the fuck up. Oh no. Yeah, you motherfuckers, y'all, your generation, y'all heat up a couple bottles and shit, and learn how to buckle them in the car seat, and you think you think you know every motherfucking thing. You think you know how you done paid a couple damn daycare bills and shit, and now you think you know the world. You think you know everything about every goddamn thing. Y'all don't know shit from Shinola. You just had that damn baby. The baby ain't but 3 years old. That baby ain't even learned how to tell you no yet. That baby ain't, look here. Right. That baby, look here. Wait till that baby learn how to just start dressing themselves, and then they start having a mind of they goddamn own. And when you ain't seen shit yet. You wait till that baby start to be able to fix their own noodles. When they can start fixing their own noodles, and then they feel like they really don't need your ass no motherfucking more. Wait till that new boyfriend come along, little crush come along. See, you ain't, man, if y'all don't sit, y'all think y'all know
why we feel the way that we feel? We feel the way that we feel. I can tell you why I feel the way that I feel. I don't feel like I know it all by any means. I feel the way that I feel, though, about being a dad and a father because I made it to 30. And when I had my daughter, I didn't feel like I was missing out on the world. I didn't give a fuck about a club. I was prepared to be a dad. I was ready to be a dad.
Your life was different. Your life was different, Shalon.
I love it.
Shalon, your life was different.
Everybody got a story, Everybody do. And
your life was different, though.
Y'all's generation of parent, y'all's story is we were young and we just didn't know no better. Cry a fucking river with that cry. Like older people weren't around. Like y'all didn't have elders. Cut that bullshit out. So when y'all say y'all act like